would just unmute yourself by pressing *6.
Can you hear me okay, James?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, so you didn't hear anything I said?
No, nothing you just said. And Verenetta, if you came in, if you didn't come in on the host line, press *6 to unmute yourself, Verenetta. And Chuck, I'm sure you came in on the host line. Go ahead, Pam.
Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I was just talking away. It's so funny, but that's okay. You know what? It is a first time for everything. My name is Pamela Jessie, and I thank you guys so much for joining the call with us tonight. We're going to get started and have you here again while we're so excited about this phenomenal opportunity. So what I'm going to do now is turn it over to my super fantastic business partner. Her name is Verenetta Warner. Verenetta, did you make it on the line?
I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. You have the floor.
Awesome. Hey, guys, thanks so much for having me on. I want to tell everybody real quick how I got the name Super Brantastic. They say that imitation is the highest form of flattery, so I owe it all to Mr. James Dickerson. I would always talk to James, and every time I talk to him, he always says he's doing super fantastic, and that just stuck, and it just resonated with me. So, of course, I had to kind of coin that just a little bit, just make it a little different. I know it would have killed me if I was calling myself Miss Super Fantastic, so I changed it to Super Brantastic. But that just goes to show you how much James Dickerson has impacted my life. I got a chance to hang out with James about 2 years ago in California and pick his brain and just sit and talk to him about just life and just all the awesome things that he's done in the industry. Prior to that, I kind of watched him a little bit with Artists International and made millions there. So I promised myself that I would align myself with him because I knew that he just had what it takes. I mean, he's a phenomenal speaker, coach, mentor. He's a man of the cloth. He's a minister. And not only has he mentored me and shared so many awesome things about the industry with me, but he does it with everybody. He's a true servant leader. And when he shared with me this opportunity, not only was I excited to be working with him, I was excited about the gaming industry. And I don't play games at all, but knowing that the masses play games was all that it took. I mean, I'm not a big McDonald's fan either. I told Pam and James this the other day. But every time I go there, there's a line literally wrapped around the building. So because I don't eat, it means nothing. If somebody wanted to give me a McDonald's, I would take it in a heartbeat because I know the masses want to eat McDonald's. Same holds true with gaming. Everybody wants to play. You know, unfortunately, I hear statistics all the time, like, you know, mothers leaving their kids in the tub that, you know, drown or something crazy like that because they're playing Farmville or Mafia Wars or Angry Birds or something like that online. So this thing it's taken a life of its own. So I'm so excited. When I was listening to a call, the owner had mentioned that he has had websites forever. I think he was like the number 34th in the world to have a website, like back in the early 90s when the whole internet thing was just starting. And he's got several, but he told a story that really was interesting to me. He said that out of all of his websites, the one that had the game on it, he was noticing that people were staying longer when he looked at, you know, the analytics and statistics of it, and, you know, they were converting over because they were on there playing games. So that was like, light bulb moment for him. So he realized then that games is where it's at. People want to play them. So, again, take yourself out of the equation. If you're like me or some of the others that say, hey, games mean nothing to me, I don't play them, trust me, it means nothing. The world loves and wants games. So I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Awesome, Super Fantastic James Dickerson and let you guys hear from him. James, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me, Verenetta?
I hear you loud and clear.
Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to Pamela, who opened the call up so professionally and so cheerfully and helped to set the tone. You are an incredible human being. And, folks, just so you know, if you don't know, Pamela Jessie is actually one of the top Internet marketers that I know personally now, and I'm really proud to be working with her. I also want to say thank you to you tonight, Verenetta, you and your husband, Adrian, down there in Alabama. You guys from right there in Huntsville, Alabama, have a global business and have nothing but respect for you and definitely have watched you grow and blossom on the Internet and in the industry of network marketing for the last few years now, and I'm very, very proud, again, to be working with you once again on a new project. And you guys, again, this is a brand-new project for us, but it's not a new project for the owner of the company, Mr. Paul Schneider, who actually set out on this journey about 10 or 11 years ago and has actually perfected one of the most incredible opportunities that I've ever laid my eyes on. And the reason that I say that, and, we say that about stuff all the time, and I don't want to sound hypey and or anything like that, because we say that all the time. It's the best thing I ever saw. But the deal is, in terms of the compensation structure, yeah, it's the best thing. And when you look at the reason why people would want to even be involved in this, that also makes it the perfect online business. And I'm going to tell you, it's like Verenetta said, it's simply online gaming. And people are sitting up right now playing games on Facebook and everywhere else, doing Google searches for their favorite games. Games like Spades and Solitaire and Spider Solitaire and little driving games and simple little games on the Internet that personally, I'm not a big game person, but what I am, though, is a person who likes to make money off stuff that people love. And if you guys heard what Verenetta said about how many people are actually playing games on the Internet, then you realize that there's a whole mess of money here. In fact, Google says that video games are the least known, biggest generators of wealth in America. And they say that they surpass the film and music industry combined. And according to Fox News, you could make a fortune actually plugging yourself into online gaming. And so, we know that we've plugged into something very profitable. And what's most incredible about that is that Paul has brilliantly chosen to plug this into an network marketing business model. Now, as far as that's concerned, let me express to you that you don't have to have any network marketing experience, or you don't even have to build a network marketing team in order for this to be advantageous for you. So let me not even mention that part yet. Let me mention to you that you have an opportunity to actually put advertisements that right there on the page where people are playing games. So they're sitting there playing solitaire and different games that they want to play. And there's actually 30-some-odd games under development right now that will be added to the Sky Buddy. Those people are sitting there playing games, and they're looking at your banners. There's 4 banner spaces on the actual page that are under your control, and you can put actually an advertisement of if you're already in a business, if you have a car wash, if you have a network marketing business, if you have a chiropractor office, whatever you have, if you're a realtor, whatever business you're offering, you can actually put a banner right there on your own game site because you are the owner of the site, and advertise your own stuff right there where people are playing games that they were going to play anyway. And so this time, though, they get to play it with you. And, yes, you are tapping into the hottest trend in online interactive video games. And the Internet, combined with that, you are welcoming yourself to a share of 330 million people that have money to spend on online gaming. And since I mentioned money to spend, I want you to understand that when people register to actually become gamers on your site, they'll also have an opportunity to plug into tournaments and play games with people all around the world. My kids love to play games with people around the world. They connect with folks and interact. And I was sitting one time and watching my son play a game of spades on the Internet, and his opponent was over in Japan. And so, folks, right here through Sky Buddy, people have an opportunity to do that. Now, watch this. There's going to be tournaments, and these tournaments are already happening. And when folks actually buy into the tournament and buy points, let's say they spend $10 on points, half of that $10 goes in your pocket because they actually bought the points from you. I'm telling you guys, it's a very lucrative opportunity, not just from the fact of you being able to advertise your own business and co-brand with the site, but also from you being able to earn money while people are just leisurely playing games in the morning, night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You're earning money from your game site. There's several other ways, though, that Paul has brilliantly built into this compensation structure for us to get paid. And I definitely have been pouring myself over this information. There's a gentleman that I want to introduce you to that I know is a gazillion % qualified to share with you the information about this money. And the reason I say that is because he's a mentor of mine, and he's my mentor because, one, he is a solid human being. He's a good family man, and he has a lovely wife and children, and he's actually one of the most respected people here in our area in St. Louis, Missouri, and the St. Charles County area. He's a businessman that has been in the industry of network marketing for 20-plus years now and has been a top leader in several companies, and the company that he's currently involved in has been earning now 5-figure weekly income for over the last 3 years. And I want you guys to understand that we're talking to somebody who wasn't hungry for an opportunity, but when he came into contact with this thing, it caught his attention. So I don't know how much you're making right now, but if it's not 5 figures weekly, then you definitely need to grab a pen and pad and listen to Mr. Chuck Williams from right here in the St. Louis area. Chuck Williams, are you there?
I am, James. It's always a pleasure and privilege to be on your call. And when you were making that introduction, I'm thinking, man, I can't wait to listen to this guy. And then I realized you were talking about me. How exciting. Thank you for that great introduction. I was on the phone with you and a couple of your leaders a night or two ago, and the one gentleman said, if he ain't making 6 figures a week, I don't want to listen to him. Well, I've had the privilege of being mentored by a guy who made $1 million a year, not recently, but back in the early 80s. In fact, he was the first in the network marketing industry to do it. And he taught me a few things about networking that I've learned and applied to some businesses and had some great success. But as James and the team have put together before you, this is an incredible opportunity that we're being exposed to. Let me go through some of the highlights of the pay plan, and then I'll stick around, James. If you or any of your leaders have any questions, be glad to answer them. First of all, I think it's brilliant that Paul puts money into everybody's pocket right away. They pay $200 to become part of the program. After they pay their $200, they register 2 players for free. Literally, just register 2 players for free. It takes about 2 minutes, and they just earn their first $100. Now, you might be saying, well, they paid $200, you just give them $100 of it back, and that is exactly right. But if you've been in this industry at all, you know the hardest thing is to get people started, and within 5 minutes you can help them earn their first $100. That's huge. Then, for every single person you sponsor that pays the $200 to own their own game website, now you earn $50. So out of every $200 paid to become a games website owner, $150 of it's paid out immediately. $100 to the person who bought the game site simply by registering 2 free players, and then $50 goes to the person that sponsored them. The other $50 goes into 3 different ways of paying us to motivate people at different levels. The first one I want to talk to you about is the company-wide 2x12 matrix. Again, I repeat, company-wide. This is not your team or our team. It's the entire company. So if somebody gets turned on to this business in Korea, Indonesia, anywhere around the world, and they take off with it, we all start cheering for them because they're filling up our 2x12 also. The way it works is quite ingenious. It's a very dynamic 2x12 matrix. At the end of each month, the last day of each month, the company takes a snapshot of the database, actually pulls the entire distributor database out of the system, puts it on a new server, a different server each month, because what he's about to do would bog down the system. He couldn't even take orders, but he does this once a month. It's called the 2x12 company-wide bonus. He takes everybody that's active, meaning they're paying their $49.95 monthly. He ranks them, date, time stamp from top to bottom, just like a phone directory. Their names, and yes, they're paying their monthly. They're all on this list, date, time stamped order. Then the computer takes a pass-through, the program takes a pass-through that list and says who of this group has sold to, and then ranks them on when they made their second sale. Not when they got in, not when they got involved, but when they made their second sale. That's how they're ranked, from top to bottom. And then those at the bottom are ones that have not made their second sale yet. At that point, the computer does one more pass as it takes those at the top of this new list and starts to put them into a 2x12, starting with the first person who sold to at the very top, then the next one at the top left, the next one at the top right, and then left to right, left to right, left to right, all the way from top to bottom, left to right, left to right. Now, in a perfect world, 1/3 of the people would be at the top of this, having made 2 sales, and then the 2 people who just got sold, they're at the bottom because they haven't made their sales yet. In real life, it's more like 10% is at the top of this 2x12 matrix, having made 2 sales, and 90%, having not made 2 sales yet, is at the bottom. Therefore, every single person making 2 sales is in a position to earn money in the 2x12. Now, the 2x12, as we grow this company, will become full, and it maxes out at $8,190 per month. $8,190 per month potential for every position you have in the 2x12. And I mentioned every position you have because every time you sell a combination of 2 game sites for a couple $100 each, well, your first 2 qualifies you to be in the 2x12 initially. And as long as you remain active, paying your $49.95 a month, and you have at least 2 people you personally enrolled active, you maintain that spot month after month, month after month, month after month. And as the company continues to fill up its 2x12, your 2x12 gets filled up, and you can earn up to $8,190 per month. But in addition to that, every other 2 you sell, so every even number, your 4th, your 6th, your 8th, your 10th, your 12th, every even number sale you make, you get another position in the 2x12. That's incredible because as it fills up under those new positions, once again, you're making $1 per up to $8,190 per month. That, when you really get your hands around that, is an incredible way for all of us to become wealthy, but it's also a way for the person in your organization that typically doesn't make a lot of money to make a lot of money. Because we all know with enough effort in teaching and coaching, everybody can sell 2. And that's what we're looking at. You sell 2, you are in this 2x12 matrix. The whole theme of Paul's pay plan is sell 2 and help others sell 2. And along those lines, let's move to the next way of making money. It's called the $100,000 guarantee. Now, you know with attorney generals, you got to be careful what you guarantee. So Paul's very careful in how he words this. Let me explain it to you. We have 2 teams. We have a right team and a left team. A sale can be the $200 up front, or it could be the $49.95 monthly. In our example, each are going to count for a sale. When you have 10 sales on one team and 20 sales on the other team, you earn a $100 weekly volume bonus. Let me repeat that. 10 sales on one team, 20 sales on the other, and again, it could be any combination of new people coming in or monthly fees, each count for 1 sale. 10 on one side, 20 on the other, and you've just earned $100. You can earn up to 200 of these weekly volume bonuses of $100 per day. That's a cap of $20,000 per day. I was on the line with a couple of James's leaders today, and I mentioned I volunteered to be the first to hit the cap, but you can join me if you'd like. 200 of those $100 bonuses per day. Now, also, in addition to the $100 cycle bonuses, when you have personally sponsored or sold 3 of these game websites, you now start to earn a 20% check match on those 3 individuals. When you get up to 9 individuals, your check match is on those 9 plus everybody they personally enroll, meaning your second level. And yes, there's another level. When you personally enroll 12 people, and every leader on this call, you know you can do that. When you personally enroll 12, you get a 20% check match on them, all the people they enroll, and all the people those people enroll. So 3 generations, you're getting a 20% check match on their weekly volume bonuses. Now let's get back to that $100,000 guarantee for a minute. When you've built your business to the point that you personally have earned $41,000 in your weekly volume bonuses, meaning 10 on the left or right and 20 on the other side, you earn 100. When you've done that 410 times no matter how long it takes you, you will have earned $41,000. When you earn $41,000 in weekly volume bonuses, Paul Schneider, the owner of the company, guarantees you $100,000, and he can guarantee you that because he's going to write you a check for $59,000 at that point, making your earnings at $100,000 just for the weekly volume bonuses alone. That doesn't count your matching bonuses or anything else we're going to talk about. That's exciting. And if that wasn't enough, Paul's going to guarantee that the next 12 months you're going to earn a minimum of $10,000 a month in your weekly volume bonuses. So if your two teams would generate $6,000, $7,000, he's going to pay that extra $4,000 to $3,000 every month for 12 months to get you minimum $10,000 a month. Now, some of you are used to making $10,000 a week. Hey, that's great. You can earn as much as you want, but he's going to guarantee you $10,000 a month. That's after he's giving you the $59,000 bonus for achieving a $41,000 earnings in the weekly volume bonuses. Now, if that wasn't enough, and I know the biggest objection I get with this pay plan is it seems too good to be true. But when you do the math, Paul has done the math. As James said, he's been in this industry for a long, long time, and he is paying out 86% of the revenue that comes in is getting paid out to us. He has tested this pay plan up to 1.2 billion records, and it continually and consistently paid out at that 86% level. Now, in addition to everything I mentioned so far, the thing I'm most excited about and what I lead with when I'm talking to my leaders is the car bonus. When you have built your two teams, those same two teams that create those weekly volume bonuses, when you have built your two teams to 250 on the right and 250 on the left, and you've personally enrolled at least two, you're going to earn a $30,000 car bonus. $30,000 car bonus. And you don't have to use it for a car. If you already have one you love, $30,000 in cash. When you've built your team to 250 on the right and 250 on the left with at least two personals, you've earned that $30,000 car bonus. Oh, but it's even better than that because you could be in a position that the person who enrolled you is spilling over onto one of your teams, and if they build that team to 250 for you, which could happen, you just simply build the other team to 250. You still get the $30,000 car bonus as long as you have 250 on the right and 250 on the left, and you personally enrolled two. Now, most of you are such big leaders on this call tonight that you're probably going to have to build both your teams because the person who enrolled you is going to be busy on the other side of the business trying to keep up with you. That's the position I'm in, and that's okay too. But when you get to 500 and 500, and you personally enroll at least four, you've now earned another $20,000 bonus. So in addition to the 30 at 250 and 250, when your two teams reach 500 and 500, and you personally enroll four, you now get an additional $20,000 cash car bonus. When you build your team to 750 and 750, you're going to get another $30,000 cash car bonus. And then last but not least, when you built your team to 1,000 on the right, 1,000 on the left, and you personally enroll at least 12, you're going to earn another $30,000 cash bonus. And that totals up to $110,000 in car bonuses, and that's on top of everything else we've been talking about. Now, let me explain real quickly, I'll turn it back to James, why he's willing to pay out so much. He's willing to pay out so much because of what James said earlier. The big money for the owner is in the tournaments. His goal is to bring so many big leaders into the business that this thing grows so fast that we have 1 million distributors. We're getting a little bit of background noise from somebody who's not on mute. 1 million distributors is his goal, with us each giving away games on social media, the internet, family and friends, giving away games. Literally hundreds of millions of people playing his game. When these tournaments come up and he offers tremendous prizes, 50% of that tournament income comes to us game owners that got the players. 25% of all that token money goes to prizes, and 25% goes to Paul Schneider and his company. That's where he sees his big payday, and that's why he's willing to pay us so much money to build this network. James, I'm going to go back to you. Thank you for the privilege of sharing tonight. It is an honor and a privilege to work with you and your team.
Network.
Okay, Chuck, sorry, I was on mute, man. Boy, you got me jacked out of my mind. Talking about crazy money, you guys. You know, I don't know if I know there's some people that don't get impressed by anything, but those of you guys who are willing to really hear that out, you know, Chuck just shared with you some incredible money. 86% of the cash flow is paid right back into the field, and you know, the owner of this company realizes that he's still in profit, and doesn't mind sharing most of the money with the people that's doing most of the work. You know, that's incredible. That speaks volumes about Paul Schneider. And personally, Chuck and I both have sat down with Mr. Schneider here in St. Louis, Missouri, and we sat at the bread company and shared coffee, and, you know, we're going to be spending a lot more time together. In fact, if any of you guys that are on this call are here in St. Louis tomorrow night, he's going to actually show up at the location that we sent out in the email. And, Chuck, if you don't mind, come back on and share with those individuals who are here locally exactly where we're going to be tomorrow night.
All right, tomorrow night I've arranged to meet at a restaurant. He's given us the entire second floor to have our meeting. And, James, he's getting our business. I'm signing up traditional business owners in this right and left. I signed up a realtor today. It's just exciting. In fact, I sent out the link to that realtor site because it's so cool. We don't have to have technical people. The office sets up their site for them with their ads. But the meeting tomorrow night is going to be at Pat's Bar and Grill. It's over in Dogtown. And if you know where the St. Louis Zoo is at, it's across the highway from the zoo over by where Emo's and the arena used to be on that side of the highway. And it's called Pat's Bar and Grill. It's pretty much a landmark in Dogtown. And at 6:30, a bunch of us are going to get there and eat. It's a Dutch treat. And Paul Schneider, the owner, is going to be joining us. And then at 7:30, we're going to have our presentation with Paul Schneider. James, hopefully you're going to be there. You and I will we'll put on a show for people that they'll know they're in the right place at the right time. There's a lot of money to be made here. And, again, we're going to have the owner of the company, the founder, right there with us, special guest tomorrow night, 7:30, Pat's Bar and Grill in Dogtown.
Thank you, Chuck. And also, you guys, I want to announce to you that Wednesday we'll be doing another live presentation here in St. Louis at Faith Miracle Temple Church out on Lindbergh. We're going to also be streaming live. Chuck, did we figure out how we was going to do that live stream?
We haven't nailed that down, but we will get it done. Robert Moore can do that for us. He's done stuff like that before.
You guys keep your eyes peeled for an email and for some postings in our mastermind group on Facebook. And whoever got you on this call that already has a site, they're going to tell you exactly where you need to go in order to get your Sky Buddy site set up and to get yourself focused on getting 2 people who will sign up for free to play your games, and you're going to get $100 right there within the next 3 to 4 days. The company will be sending you out a check, and then you get 2 more people to actually buy in as business owners for $200, and you will earn another $100. That puts you in profit mode from here on out for the rest of your career with this company. But what's more than that is that it also guarantees you a check next month for this month's 2x12 Matrix company-wide bonus pool. Never before have you ever heard of a company that made it this easy for people to get paid. So I'm going to say it real easy for you. What you want to do is get 2 to play and 2 to pay, and you made your money back, and you're also in the bonus pool for next month. One more time, you need 2 to play and 2 to pay. And then you're in the bonus pool for next month. You made an instant $200, and you got money coming next month, and every month after that you stay active. You guys, this is that moment in time for you to take full advantage of the timing of this business. We are not launching. It's already launched. There's no hiccups to worry about. He went through all the hiccups already. All you have to do is plug in and get paid. I want to thank everybody for getting on this call tonight. What I want to do right now is unmute it. I want to hear you guys experiment